Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. I'm not Bald Eagle. You'll notice that Merchant Hag Valencia, who was here before we went to take on the boss, is now actually gone because we exhausted her dialogue and she moved back to Majula. This is unfortunate, because I wanted to buy an item from her before we finished up the Forest of Fallen Giants, but that is okay, we will get it. Uh, we will you know what? Actually, I am going to do it now. I am going to go ahead and show you guys that. I wasn't planning on going back to Majula now, but we can do it. Why not? Let's go ahead and do it. We'll upgrade our SS Flask while we're back. So we're back at Majula, and we're going to go ahead and go over here. You'll find Valencia right here. She'll be here for the rest of the game. Unless you can kill her or something, in which case, I believe her gravestone appears here, though, so she'll always be here, yeah. So we're going to talk to her.
Oh, you again? Go on. It's on the cheap for you.
Alright, she's a little more dialogue we'll listen to, and then we'll finish up here.
Everyone's so stingy around here. Everyone's so stingy everywhere. You're my only customer. Don't make me beg. Now buy something. We call this place Majula. Not too special, if you ask me. It's just a place where everyone seems to end up. Everyone's so stingy.
Alright. So, we've exhausted our dialogue. We learned a little bit about, we learned what this place is called, if you didn't know already. It's Majula. But we are here for one reason, and that is to buy this fragrant branch of yore. These things restore living things from petrification, as the description says. A fragrant tree branch with a faint, sweet smell restores the life of things turned to stone. Extended inhalation of the branch's scent can lead to coughing and nausea. We're going to want this. Remember that statue back in the tutorial area? We're going to want this so we can unlock that area. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and leave. Now, before we look at all the souls that it costs. Alright, so now that we've bought that, we've actually spent over 10,000 souls at this merchant. What with that actually is the only thing you need to buy. But we also bought the Ferris Lockstone as well as his hat, so we are well above the required amount of souls to spend here. Once you get past 10,000 souls spent here, you can talk to her, and she will give you an item.
Take these, if you want them.
We got the Covetous Silver Serpent Ring +1. This thing increases the amount of souls we get. We can get the normal version, we'll get the normal version after we fight the next boss, but this one is better anyway, so kind of strange that we can get this one first, but it is really expensive to get, so I can see that. We're actually going to equip this instead of our Clarantha Ring, because the Clarantha Ring is not that powerful, and I'd rather get extra souls at this point in the game. Oh yeah, before we leave, let's go ahead and level up our SS Flask, since we're already
here. Is that a shot? Here, to see how it...
And I might as well put a level into Strength so I can one-hand my weapon, because I'm just 1 point off of Strength to be able to one-hand this mace. Alright, so we've gotten that out of the way. No, I don't need to talk to her anymore. So, that's what you get for spamming. So we're going to go ahead and head back to Carmel Tower. And now that we're here, we're going to go ahead and go back down the ladder, and we're going to unlock all of the previously locked doors that were locked by the Soldier's Key. And we'll probably finish up the episode right before the next boss. That's my plan anyway. So we're going to take out this guy that's patrolling the bridge, and we're going to watch out because this guy just got up, who was sitting down at the stairs. Take him out with a couple of hits from our mace. I am going to two-hand this though because the damage bonus is nice, and I don't have a shield right now that I particularly want to use, except for an enemy coming up, which I will equip a shield for, just to parry it. Oh, this is a brutal death, a jump attack, and then a backstab. But we're going to go ahead and open up this door with the Soldier's Key. And we're going to pop on the leather shield. Small leather shield, that is. Because its weight is small and I don't need to block much. I just need to parry at this point. We're going to come over to this chest and grab ourselves the Ring of Restoration and 3 torches. The Ring of Restoration, not that useful. Restores HP over time. If you're like wanting to top off and you don't want to use a life, you can slap it on and hope you don't take damage as you explore, but honestly, it's just not worth it. This guy right here is pretty tough unless you can parry him or circle back, stab him. I mean, he's actually not that tough. He just hits really hard and is kind of tanky. We'll take him out in a second. First, we want to pick up the Grand Lance. An okay weapon if you have a Leo ring. I hate it, to be honest, but, you know, that's just me. I just hate how it looks. We'll also grab some more Amber Herbs, so we're up to 9 now, I believe, which is nice. Alright, so let's take out this guy, and then I'll explain this fancy-looking door behind him. A mechanic I just found out the other day as I was doing my run character, who I'm using to basically, if you back off, by the way, he backs off. Who I'm using to, like, you know, kind of refresh myself as I go along. I kind of have 3 characters right now that I'm running, this one and then 2 others. But anyway, what I learned is if you parry and then riposte at the right time, right before they're sitting down, you actually get a different animation and better damage. And I'll try to show that off. There we go. See, we did 390. We only did like 270 last time. And I'll try to demonstrate that now by showing you how much I do if I let him sit down. So if I let him sit down, 250. I did over 100 more damage just because I got him in the critical state right before he hit the ground. This mechanic, I just now learned. It was only 140 because that was how much HP he had left. So, you know. Anyway, you come up to this nice looking gate and it says, if I run away and then run back. Okay, well, we can't see it anymore, but you probably saw, and it said, produce the symbol of the king. We won't be able to open gates like that for a long time. That is like another goal we have, is to find the symbol of the king. We need to figure out what that is. So we're going to come over this bridge again, and we're going to come down into this little side room, and here's another soldier's door. This is like, leads to a large area, actually, that we're going to want to, I'm going to want to go through kind of a timely fashion. We saw this area from the location we found the Titanite Shard down there, and now we're going to go explore it. So yeah, let's head on down. And we're going to two-hand our mace here. And we're going to summon this guy because he uses a spell called Cast Light, which lets us be able to see easier. And we're going to want to see, especially because of being on YouTube. We're actually going to get enough intelligence to use Cast Light, as well as another miracle. So this is going to be, you know, it's going to be a different build. It's going to be a very high-level build, totally PvE-oriented, no PvP in mind, except for off-camera I'm going to be getting sunlight medals. But, alright, so you notice these skeletons start spawning. If you have a bash weapon, take them out really easy. Come up here and grab this item right here, Black Firebomb and a Homeward Bone. A couple more skeletons spawn. I believe there's 6 total in the area. So we'll take on these 2. Finish them off. Now we're going to proceed along. You can't light these sconces. Isn't really useful. You probably won't come back through this way. I usually just travel away until I find the bonfire that's this way. 2 more, yeah, 6 skeletons in total. Take him out pretty easy. So his cast light ran out, but he'll recast it right now. Alright, we got ourselves another torch. We've cleared out all the skeletons, and we've cleared out this first starting area. So now we come to the outside. There's a couple of things that we're gonna have to deal with. Up top are 3 turtle knights. There's an archer over here. Oh, I almost went off the edge as well. We're gonna take out the archer with some throwing daggers because pretty soon I'm gonna be using arrows to pull enemies, so I don't need these that much anymore, and I just like to take him out. I'm actually gonna use a heal spell, or miracle, I should say. It's not a spell. To top off before we head up. Now the knights up here are gonna have increased health because I have a summon with me. So they'll be a little tougher to take down, but not too much of a problem. It's a 4-hit combo, so we're not going to get much use out of it. He fell down, we're actually going to take advantage of this, because the other guy can't. So we can fight him one-on-one. And we're going to go ahead and do that. And it looks like he's aggroed onto the other guy at this point. We're going to take him out with a heavy attack. Alright, now let's go help out our ally before he gets taken out, because these guys can gank him pretty easy. So we'll try to bait him in. Yes, perfect. That's the best attack to attack on. Yes, we're gonna get hit by that. I will get hit by that, but it's okay because we have a lot of heals now. Not too worried about it. Jumping attack. Roll out of the way that one, but don't. Well, I did fall down. Yeah, I'm just gonna continuously want to bait him into the side, the right to left swing, but looks like I only got him, so it's mad. So we got the old ironclad armor, it seems. That's a good drop. The armor actually prevents backstabbing, but it's super heavy, so you're giving up your roll for no backstabs. More better for PvP in my opinion, because you don't really get backstabbed except for one area, which I actually might throw on for one area in this game, which I haven't thought of doing before, but now that I think about it, it'd actually be really useful. Anyway, we also got the whip, which is a crap weapon. There's only one good whip in the game. We'll probably get it later on. We got a bastard sword. Interesting weapon. It's actually really good. I'm using it on my character that I am basing this build off of. I'm basing this build off of with slightly different weapons, but the bastard sword is a good weapon. We got everything up here now. We got some cracked red orbs. We're gonna drop down, miss a plunging attack. So we're gonna want to take out the hollow first. Looks like this guy is dealing with him, so that downward slash is not ideal to attack after because he usually follows out with a forehead combo if you get too close. Looks like our friendly shade got knocked on his ass, but more importantly, aggroed him for a second. So he's got that side-to-side swing. That forehead combo is dangerous, but I will survive by backing off. Now I just need to find a spot to heal. We're gonna go ahead and use one more Estus's. He's just getting wrecked. Alright, so this will be a perfect opportunity to finish this guy. Now our shade has, as you can see, he's grown darker and darker. He's almost run out of his time limit because he used a small white sign soapstone, and this is just an NPC, but because it was a small white sign soapstone, he's running on a time limit, and the more enemies you kill, the faster he has to leave. So he's going to be gone in a second, but that's okay. Up ahead, we're going to fight our first NPC Red Phantom Invader. By defeating her, we're going to be able to level up in the Covenant, actually. We'll get our first level in the Covenant, which will be nice. In the way of Blue Covenant. So we're going to actually sprint, though, because we want to light the bonfire before she spawns, so we can just start here if we lose. Which is quite likely with this NPC. And you heard that, it was not him leaving, it was actually this armored Dennis invading, and I believe it's a she. I want to say it's a she. It looks like a she, in my opinion, but, you know. Okay, that's going to hurt very much. We're going to back off and use an assist. We want him to melee, but we also want to be able to parry it, because we want to have skill. Alright, so we got a little bit of damage in, but not much, and that Soul Spear hurts. Alright, we got the parry in. We're going to go ahead, and we did not get the critical attack. The critical riposte is what I should say. But we're going to go ahead and double that, and then I'm going to back off. Right, I want to discourage her from using magic, because it just hurts so much. But we get a backstab in, which is nice. Nice extra damage. We're gonna try, and I'm gonna try and do it. Not gonna work. Right. So I'm gonna try and bait her into melee. Not good. Okay. We're gonna be fine though. I'm gonna back. I want to back off here and heal. No. We'll use a life gem because I don't know if I have enough time. I probably wouldn't have. I did not get the critical riposte because I accidentally switched to two-hand, and I did not get that either. So let's try and shield bash. Alright, we did not get that. But we did get that. So we'll finish her off now. Yes, perfect. I wanted that. Alright. That was the guard break. If someone's holding their shield up, you can press forward and R1 at the same time, kind of like doing a jumping attack but with a different button. And you could do a guard break like that, which leaves them in a repostable state. Right here we find another Tree of Giants, but this one is slightly different. You can't access a memory here, but this one drops a seed of a Tree of Giants, which is really good for online play. It turns the enemies of an area on against any Red Phantom Invaders that come into your world. I don't know if it works in offline mode, but it's something I'll have to test. I've never tested it because when I play, I used to play online anyway. I don't really need it for an NPC Invader, but if you're having trouble with an NPC Invader, I will actually research that to see if you can use it on that. So here we get the leather set and the large silver crown knight. Leather set is a pretty good starting armor if you are not going to upgrade your vitality much to be able to wear heavier sets. But that's it for this soldier's door. In fact, we only have one more to go, and we're going to go ahead and do that right now. We're going to go ahead and head towards the next boss, who is through the final soldier's door. And, yeah, once we fight him, we will basically have cleared up all of Cardinal Tower, except for, if you remember, out here, I'll take the time to show you, there's an item right there, and we're going to make a jump for that when we come back to Cardinal Tower for the finale, in which we are going to make a jump, and I'll show you exactly where we're going to make a jump. Where we're going to clear off. We are going to be heading into this fire pit. We're going to take on these fire salamanders, and we're going to get the really useful items down there. But that'll be actually quite. I got like after the next area, after Hades Tower of Flame, is when we're going to come back here. Or actually, no, after No Man's Wharf, I believe, is when we're going to come back here, because I want some items from there. Alright, so we're going to want to pull these two spearmen. See if I can get some damage, maybe finish one off. I did not, because he had his shield up. Annoying. So we're going to try, I guess, a guard. I'm getting attacked from behind, so I'm going to reposition myself. Not go well. Okay, let's try and... Alright. That could have been bad. I could have been stun-locked. If the third guy had gotten in on that, I would have been infinitely stun-locked and died. As it is, though, I'm going to pop a life gem up here, just for a quick heal. And then I'm going to try and... I did finish him. I did not get any hits in on the other guy. I'm going to come back here, and I will have time to heal. Alright, so now this guy's gonna come. We're gonna try and hit him. We were not able to stagger him, so we're gonna, I guess, backstab him perfectly. Alright. But yeah, okay, so anyway, a little bit about the next boss we're gonna fight, the Pursuer. Because I don't know how much time we'll have in the next episode. You can, in this arena that's coming up, you can cheese him really easy if you're having a tough time with him, and I will show you how to do that towards the end of the boss fight, but you're going to want to know how to parry. You're going to want to shield, like, if you have the dexterity, the buckler is a very good choice. If you have a rapier and you two-hand it, or even one-hand it, the R2 of a rapier will parry, and the L2 if you're two-handed it will parry. We're going to see the Pursuer multiple times throughout the game, which makes sense since he is pursuing us. And I'll have more to say about him when we see him the next time after this boss fight. When we meet him again, I will have more to say about him. But these royal soldiers, they are actually really dangerous. If they hit you with one of their 3-hit combos, they do massive amounts of damage. And in groups, they are especially dangerous. So you want to watch out for these guys. You want to get the drop on them because their first attack is very slow. So you're going to want to hit that first attack. And if you have the stone ring on, you'll always stagger them no matter what weapon you have. Perfect. Alright, so this archer needs to die because he's getting on my nerves. Alright, so with that out of the way, we've actually cleared off most of this path. We just have the boss fight, which is in this arena right here. And then the little area after that, and there's an item we can get by dropping down a hole back into an area we've been in before, once we beat the boss. So it'll be in the episode after that. It won't be a... Actually, it'll be kind of a long episode, because I'll be clearing some stuff out before we move on to Hades Tower Flame. So it'll probably be called the Things Betwixt finale, but it will include the area... maybe it won't be the Things Betwixt finale. It probably will, actually. Depending on time constraints. But anyway, I shouldn't be bothering you guys with the decisions I have to make. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. You guys take it easy and have a good day.